There are 10 questions that every new home buyer, or even if you're buying a second home, if you're in the industry looking to buy a home and you're financing it, there's 10 questions you should be asking your lender. So the first question you should be asking your lender is, what type of loans do you offer? And when we talk about loan types, we have FHA, we have conventional, we have FHA 203, we have conventionals with low down payment. Like, there are multiple loan types that you can choose from. And it's good to know what your lender offers. And it's good to know that because sometimes it'll be a home that you really, really like, and the lender is saying conventional loans only. So if you know that your lender offers conventional loans, and specifically for your situation that meets your financial situation, bam, you problem solved. And you kind of pretty much solved the problem prior to it, even before you even knew it was a problem or a solution or a challenge. Um, Based off of your financial situation, ask your lender, what mortgage is best for me? What type of mortgage is best for me? They're going to look at your savings. They're going to look at, you might have a 401k, 401k that you might be able to pull money from and use a conventional loan. So let's just say you have a 401k and you have maybe $20,000 saved up for your retirement. Did you know that you can pull out that 401k for a down payment, which now means that you have enough money to get a conventional loan? Solutions, people, solutions to these problems. There are a ton of more questions that you should be asking your lender. And if you go to my blog, you will see all 10 questions. That interest rate will increase. So if that interest rate increases, which means it'll just mean you're going to pay more money on your mortgage. So the minute the inspection is done, talk to your lender about that interest rate and getting it locked and signing the paperwork to lock it. It's very important because you don't want to have an interest rate of 5 when you could have had an interest rate of 4.2. And we're talking money here. So the interest rates on a 30-year mortgage, the higher the interest rate is, the more you're going to pay long term, the more you're going to pay in interest. So being smart, and this is one of my April Fool's hacks, get a low interest rate. This is the best time to buy because the interest rates are at an all-time low, which means in 30 years, if you decide to keep this house for 30 years, if you decide to keep this house for 5 years, the interest on a 5 years with a 4.5, or just know that a 6.0 interest is extremely high. If you have to do it, you have to do it. When the economy is flourishing, the interest rates are typically higher. Like, people can afford to pay the interest. In this situation, we're in trying times. And it doesn't mean that people don't have money, but in trying times, it means you get a better deal. So I encourage you to buy now with low interest rates. I encourage you to stay on your lender about your interest rate locking that interest rate in at a 4.5, a 4.4. It depends on your credit. The lower the better, which means you're going to have more money in your pocket, a lower monthly mortgage. The lower the interest, the lower the mortgage. So make sure that you get that interest rate as soon as possible. Um, Good morning. Hello, Tahisha. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks for joining in. So moving right along, the next step is a walkthrough. And this is done typically the day of closing or the day before closing. Because we're practicing, If you found this information helpful, please subscribe to my channel, like and share, and thank you for viewing.